So first of all, I'm gonna make my makeup under the highlighter. So let's do the rest of my makeup, and after that I'm gonna show you something special today. And now I'm gonna stop here because I'm gonna continue with the highlight. Sziasztok and welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna make a review slash first impression slash swatch video about this little guy. This is the Makeup Revolution SOPH X palette. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about a little bit of this palette because I think it has a little bit interesting story. So that's gonna be the first part of the video, and the second part of the video is gonna be the swatches. If you're only interested about the swatches, I'm gonna put the time code here. So I kind of don't like this kind of reviews when the YouTubers just talk about the products, but I can see the product actually. So if you're only interested about the swatches, let's skip this information part of this video and let's jump into the swatches. But now I'm gonna talk about a little bit of this brand and this collaboration with soap. So let's get started. So the Makeup Revolution London is a relatively young brand in the market, but you can also buy the products in the drugstores. So that's why I feel it's a little bit interesting brand, and their products are really affordable, which is a really good point. But I think in the same times they are really high quality. So I really like the Makeup Revolution products. I have an eyeshadow palette and a blush palette from them. I think that's all. So, and now the SOPH X palette. The good points are, I think, definitely the price. So they are really affordable, they are cruelty free, and they have some vegan products too, which is really trendy, and not just trendy, but really good for the animals and for the world maybe. So it's really a revolutionary brand, I think. And the other good points, as they are said in their website, is they are creating products faster than any other brands. But what does it mean actually? It means there came out more than 3 products in each month, which is really a lot, I think. For example, the last month when they come out their concealer and their stick foundation and some of their reloaded eyeshadow palettes. So I think their product range I really grow fast. So I kind of like this brand because of the quality, because of this fast growing thing, and also of course the price. But why am I thinking about them? They are a little bit better than other drugstores brands. I think they have a really good marketing, which is a little bit interesting, good point. But I think it's a really important thing nowadays that they are reach their audience with YouTubers, which is, I think, a really trendy and modern thing, because we all like to watch the YouTubers' opinions about the new product and new brands maybe. If a brand used to promote themselves with YouTubers, I don't know, I think the best word, the revolution, so it's a really revolutionary thing. And I really like them and I really appreciate it, because when they came out a new product, I'm instantly catch with it a review, which is, I think, the most important thing in nowadays. When I want to buy a new product, I already have an opinion, or I already heard about it, something from a people who I trusted. I think it's really important that I trust the brand because I heard about it from YouTubers, which I like. So I think it's a brilliant marketing from them. And that's where we reach the main topic, which is Sophie. Sophie is a British YouTuber, just as the brand, and she's collaborating with the Makeup Revolution. So she's made so many reviews to the original Makeup Revolution YouTube channel, and she also made a collection with the Makeup Revolution. This collection including 2 products. The first one is an eyeshadow palette and the second one is this highlighter palette. But why I pick this palette actually? Because I think when a YouTuber who testing out lots of makeup and love the highlighters make a collaboration with her favorite brand and she made a highlighter palette. Are you kidding me? I think this is the best choice of the world. So that's why I think she know well what she's doing when it comes to highlighters. So that's why I picked this palette. So let's talk about a little bit of the actual palette. There are 8 different colors of highlighters, which is ridiculous, I think. And there are 4 pressed and 4 baked highlighter. There are so many different toned shades, so if you have a darker skin tone or a lighter, you can find a perfect shade. So the pressed ones they are fit with the most everyday makeup look. You can find different shades of it, and these are the pressed ones. This, and this too. These are fit with the darker skin tones perfectly, and these two is the paler, like me, fits very well. So these are the baked ones. There is a gold one, which is, I think, the perfect glam color. And this is 2 interesting shades. This is a purple and a pink. This is the darkest one. This is also a baked highlighter. I think I only can use this as a blush because I'm really pale, but I think this is a beautiful color. It's a lovely peachy, shimmery blush shade, for example, if you can't use as a highlighter. So I really like all of the shades. I think I can use all of them, sometimes, not every day. But today I'm gonna make some really simple makeup look because I would like to make something crazy with this palette, because when it just arrived I look at these colors. So maybe one of my next video is gonna be the full face of SOPH X Highlighter challenge. So today I'm only gonna use the pressed colors. Maybe I'm not gonna use today the baked ones, except these. Maybe I'm gonna use it to my eyelid. So I'm gonna use this peachy shade as my actual highlighter, because she says one of her video, I don't know which, she says this is her go-to shade of the palette for an everyday makeup. So I'm gonna do the same. After that I'm gonna play around the rest of the colors, and after that I'm gonna make the swatches. So let's get started. I'm gonna use this little flat blending brush to apply my highlight. So I'm gonna use as my actual highlighter, so to my cheekbones, so the highlighted points on my face, this peachy color, which is the second color in the palette. So let's put it into my face. Whoa! Maybe it was a little bit too much. But you know, if we talk about soap, you have never enough highlight. Hopefully you can see this. It's only the pressed one. What could make the baked ones? Wow! So I really like this highlight because it's really perfect for an average day or a weekday, because it's not too intense. Maybe I can say about it that it's a wet looking highlight, because it's more than a wet looking highlight, but it's not that blinding that you can't wear in a weekday. I was absolutely heavy-handed, so it's not that blinding if you apply it a little bit less from this. So let's continue the other cheekbone. Maybe tap for the excess, because I think, which I absolutely love in these highlighters, when the lights not hit it actually, you can see this, so it's not a white strip on your face. I'm shining a little bit to my tip of my nose. I don't like to highlight the whole nose area because I think it's a little bit too much for my big nose. I only use it here. It's a little bit cute, I think. So yeah, and now I'm gonna take this, I don't know, it's a little bit duochrome shade maybe, but not too intense duochrome, but just a little bit. So this white shade, and I'm gonna put it to my inner corner. I think it's part of the wet looking highlighters, the pressed ones, so it's not too intense. I think it's really perfect for an average day. Hoppa! I dropped my brush. And now I'm gonna... which shade? The baked one or the pressed one? I'm gonna go with the baked one. So I'm take a little bit of this baked. I mentioned as a blush shade to a flat brush, and I put it to close to my inner corner. Whoa! I like it! I like it! I have to show you this. It's lovely. I don't know, I even mentioned that Makeup Revolution is cruelty-free, which I absolutely like. Because sometimes I feel obviously animals not put on makeup. So when it comes to makeup, I kind of don't like the brands who testing on animals, because obviously the animals never gonna make profit. So it's only good for humans, but animals, it's not. I forgot my Cupid bow. So where is my highlighter brush? Ah, I found it. So I put a little bit of this peachy shade, go-to peachy shade, and put a little bit of this to my Cupid bow. Actually, you can't see it. What the heck with my bow? Ah, there you go. So let's jump into the swatches, because I think this is the most interesting part of this video. So let's get started. So as I mentioned on the video, but if you skipped my information part of this video, as I mentioned, there are 4 pressed one and 4 baked highlighter. These are the pressed ones and these are the baked highlighters. The pressed ones are more wet looking highlighters and the baked ones are more blinding and shiny highlighters. This is how I can categorize them. My actual makeup look, I used these 3 shades. I used this as an actual highlighter. On one of Sophie's video, she says this is her absolutely go-to weekday, average day highlighter. So I used it and I approved her because it's really a go-to color. I used the white one, brighten up my inner corner, of my eyes, and this baked one I used to my eyelid. I was really curious about this color because this is peachy and I love the peach colors. I think the baked ones are more casual and the pressed ones are more ordinary, average, wet looking highlights, which is perfect for a big day. This part of the palette is more fit with a lighter skin tone, and this part of the palette more fit with a darker skin tone. Everybody can find the perfect shade for their skin tone. I really like this palette. Almost I can use all of the shades, so I'm really happy with this palette and I absolutely recommend you to buy it if you want to buy an affordable, great color ranged highlighter palette. And I also recommend a highlighter palette if it comes to the highlighters because it makes easier to find your shade. And by the way, I made some swatch when it's arrived, and after that I wash my hair. And after I wash my hair, I can see the swatches on my hand. Not as intense as I applied it, but it was there. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and if you do, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to see the fun version of this video, let's stay tuned because I'm gonna make with this palette a full face of highlighter video, which is kind of interesting. So stay tuned and have a nice day, guys! Sziasztok!